Alright guys, so let's go ahead with perimeter and area, and in our today's session we are going to discuss about triangles and circles. Fine. So now first of all, something about a triangle, and regarding the perimeter of the triangle, I am sure you know very well that perimeter is nothing but just the sum of all the sides. So let's say this is triangle A, B, C, and here we have small a as a side, length of a side you can say, small b is the length of side, and small c is also a length of a side. So if we are going to measure the perimeter, this perimeter should be equal to a plus b plus c. I'm sure you know it very well, right? Now let's say we are going to find out the area of the given triangle, right? So along with these three sides, for area we need one more aspect, that is your height of the triangle. Alright. So now let's say this is height, and this height is actually a perpendicular dropped from a vertex to a side opposite to the given vertex. This is number 1. Or you can say that like it's a line drawn from a vertex opposite to the side, that is a side opposite to the given vertex, and that should make an angle of 90 degree, right? Or you can say that I'm drawing a line which is perpendicular to BC, okay, from point A. We can say that this line BC over which you have dropped the perpendicular, that is known as a base. Alright, and this H is height. Right? So the thing is like, if we are going to figure out the area, this area is equal to half base into height. Remember that you can consider only that side as a base over which you have dropped the perpendicular. You cannot consider that AC multiplied by H. Why? Because H is not perpendicular to AC, right? In another case, like let's say if you want to take AC, if it is given to you, and in that case what you can do is like you can drop a perpendicular over here like this, and then you can consider this line, right? So let me take another example that will be much more helpful to you. So in that case, like this AC should be considered as a base, and this line is this the pink line, orange line is considered to be the height or perpendicular. So now if we make it in a little bit bigger picture, this is a triangle, right? This triangle is A, B, C, okay? Now if I drop a perpendicular from here, let's call it H1, right? Then next line is over here. This is another perpendicular, Let's call it H2, and over here let me draw one more line. It's like this, and let's call it H3. Fine. And in the same way, we have line A, line side B, you can say, and side C. So now if you can calculate area using any of the height or any of the base, this will be equal. So like for example, this area will be equal to half H1, then what will be the base? This A will be the base into A. This will be equal to half H2, and then what will be the base? That is B, and that will be equal to half H3, and what will be the base? That is C, right? So it doesn't matter at all like which side you are considering, which perpendicular you are considering, the area will be equal in any case. Alright? So this is how you can measure the area of a triangle. In your senior classes, you will be studying there is a theorem known as Heron's formula, by which you can calculate the area of a triangle if you have only the sides of the given triangle. Now let's take a special case also. Let's say we have an obtuse triangle like this. Now in that case, how you can find out the height of the triangle? That's very simple. Like we have A, B, C, just reduce this line, and from here you can drop a perpendicular like this. Now this will be considered as a height, and this AB will be considered as a base. So what should be the area? This is equal to half base into height. I hope the concept is clear to all of you. Any query, question, concern so far? You may just unmute your mic and say yes or no.
No, sir.
All right.
No, sir.
All right, that's great. Now, in the same fashion, we can go ahead and find out the area of a parallelogram also. Alright. Now in case of a parallelogram, how it looks like? A parallelogram is one whose opposite sides are equal and parallel. Alright. So how it looks like if you divide it from here, you can see that we have two equal set of triangles over here. Right? So like if we get the area of these two triangles and add them, that should be the area of the parallelogram, right? So now what is the, let's say, area of this triangle plus area of this triangle, and area of both of these triangles are equal. Why? Because bases are equal, right? On one side, I've already told you that in case of parallelogram, the sides are equal, right? So that means base of these two triangles are equal. And in that case, this height, this is also equal in a parallelogram, right? Because AB is parallel to CD. As you know very well that this AB is parallel to CD. So at every place, this distance between these two lines is equal. And the base is also equal, that means the area is also equal, right? And in that case, what could be the area of a parallelogram? That is half base into height plus half base into height. That will be equal to base into height. Right? You can consider this base as AB and height as H. Right? So what could be the area? This area will be equals to AB into H. Right so far? This is all about your parallelogram, area of parallelogram. Fine? Any query, any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Alright, that's great. I'll give you some time for in order to copy this as well. Just wait for a second. Let me complete the circle as well. Now this is a circle. Every circle has a center O and a point at which a line starting from the center joins the boundary of the circle, and that line is known as radius. Right? And on the same manner, this line that is joining the two different points on the periphery of the circle, let's say this is P and Q, and that line, if it is passing through the center, that line is known as diameter. Diameter. Alright? This is radius, this is diameter. Radius is actually represented by small r, and you can represent diameter by d, and as per the relation between radius and diameter, like diameter is twice that of radius. That means whatever the radius given to you, if you multiply the same by 2, you will get a value of the diameter. Right? Now, you know very well the circumference of the triangle, rectangle, even parallelogram also you can calculate the circumference, just add the length of all these sides. Then how can you calculate the perimeter of a circle? The perimeter of a circle is given by the formula 2 pi r. Alright, let me help you out to understand these values. R is the length of radius, and pi over here is a constant value, and the value of this pi is 22 upon 7, which is roughly equal to 3.14. Fine, which is roughly equal to 3.14. So this is the formula for calculating the perimeter of a circle. We'll work on a few examples as well, that will be much more helpful to you. In the same manner, to calculate area of the circle, that is given by A, and that's equal to pi r square. Pi r square, right? Now again, value of pi is 22 upon 7. And what do you mean by r square? R square stands for, like, if you multiply a given value by the same value, that will give you the square of a given value, right? Like if we have radius is equal to 2 centimeter, in that case r square should be 2 into 2, that is 4 centimeter, right? If radius is 5 centimeter, then r square will be equal to 5 into 5, that is 25, right? This is how you can calculate the radius or area of that square. And I'm sure you know very well that in case of area, if the radius is given to you in, if this is in centimeter, then area will be centimeter square. You should write it like this. If you have some measurement in meter, the area should be meter square. Just remember these points very, it's a very important actually. All right. So that's all about your circles and their perimeter, as well as your kind of your um area, also area of the circle. Fine. So far so good. Any question, query, concern?
No, sir.
All
No,
right.
sir.
All right, guys. So now let's start a couple of examples. So you can see a figure over here. Here AD is given to you as 3 centimeter. All right. AD is given to you as 3 centimeter, and area of this triangle ABC equals to 18 centimeter square. And you are supposed to find out the side BC. And as I have already told you that area of triangle is given by half base into height, isn't it? And now in that case, area given to you is 18, that's equals to half. Base is given to you as BC, and height is 3 centimeter, right? And how can you proceed? Just choose the cross multiplication trick, that BC will be equal to 18 into 2 upon 3, that is 3 6 18, and 6 into 2, that is 12. And so this BC will be equal to 12 centimeter, right? And that will be your final answer. I hope the point is clear to all of you. Is that clear
Yes,
so
sir.
far? All right, that's great. Just note it down. Let me know once it is done. Is it done to all of you? Okay, just note it completed. Done?
Yes.
Alright. Yes. So, okay, so let me proceed further. Okay. Now, as you can see this in the given figure over here, it is given to you that in this triangle PQR, PR equals to 8 centimeter. Fine. Then QR equals to 4 centimeter. PL equals to 5 centimeter. Fine. Now, what you need to find out is number 1, area of triangle PQR, number 1, and you have to find out the length of QM. Fine. Okay, so if you remember the previous case that I considered it as a special case, and I told you that in case if this is an obtuse triangle, you will be getting this length as a height, right? And you will be considering QR as a base. So, as per the first question, area of triangle PQR, this should be equal to half base into height, that is PL. Now you have given all the values, that is half. What is the value of QR? QR is 4 centimeter. What is the value of PL? This is 5 centimeter, right? You can cancel this 4 and 2 like this, and this will be equal to 10 centimeter square. Alright, this is area of triangle PQR. Fine. Now I've also told you, like, if you draw a perpendicular to some another side also, then you can consider that side as a base and consider that particular QM as a perpendicular or height. Even in that case, the area will be same, right? So again we can say that area of triangle PQR, this will be equal to half PR into QM, isn't it? Now area what we have calculated as per the previous example is 10 centimeter square. Now we have 1 upon 2, then we have PR that's equal to 8 centimeter, and here we have QM. This can be cancelled out as 4, and so QM will be equal to 2.5 centimeter. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Is that clear so far?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's great.